Hello YouTube, this is Logan Film Studios with LEGO Transformers Moo-Bot. So here is LEGO Transformers Moo-Bot in his little cow mode. I know Moo-Bot is an awful name, but I couldn't really come up with a better name for this, and I thought Moo-Bot sounded kind of funny. If you come up with a better name, then let me know in the comments. I'd be glad to hear some suggestions. But yeah, here he is in cow mode. It's really simple. I know I usually don't make like animal transformers, but my friend asked me to do this one, and I thought it was kind of an interesting idea, so I decided to make it. You can see he's got like little red eyes and like these black horns come out of his head, and he doesn't really have a lot of black on here because I kind of wanted to save my black pieces for some bigger things in the future, and I do have a lot of white pieces, as you can probably tell from my previous Transformers. So this is mostly a white cow with like some small black accents on it. Yeah, he doesn't really have any articulation other than the tail moving forward and back and the head moving forward and back, and then I guess the tail can tilt if you like that, or the head can tilt. But that's pretty much it. Like the legs don't really move at all because they're kind of attached to this side of the body. He does have this small gap here, but I don't think that's much of a problem. It looks fine. So to transform this, it's real simple. You want to open up these panels right here and slide them to the middle, so this clip is in the middle of this black piece, and do that on the other side. Then we're gonna bring these sections down and slide these tiles back. Then you want to move these sections down so they're flush with this G-slope. Move this section down and rotate down the horns. You want to come to the front and bring this section down. Bring these sections out of the way so that you can rotate this and bring up the head. Then you want to bring up the lower body section and rotate these forward, and there you have Moo-Bot in his robot mode. So Moo-Bot's robot mode is really small and simple, but I like it. It gets the job done. You can see how the torso is kind of like all black. Most of the black ended up on the torso, and then like the limbs are white, and you can see I made this like gray section on the bottom of the head because a lot of the Autobots in like G1 and stuff have like gray face masks or mouths, and he's got this really cool like red visor that mirrors the red of the eyes and the cow head. You can see he kind of has a little bit of a backpack, which is basically the head of the cow, but I think it looks alright. It's pretty cool looking. So yeah, there's not really that much to say about this. It's once again just like the cow mode. It's not very articulated. It's very simple. The head can go back and forth, and it can kind of rotate, but it kind of like breaks everything up. I guess you could rotate it like this and make the head look a little bit bigger on an angle, but I don't really like to do that. I just like to keep it like this. The arms can go forward and back, but it looks a little awkward when you do it too much because like the shoulder piece is kind of sticking out. The arms can also kind of go in and out, but once again it breaks it up, and that wasn't really intended to do that. I guess you could use like one of those 1x4 hinged pieces to give him an elbow bend, but I tried that and I didn't think it looked very good because it was kind of on an angle. And then for the legs, they can go forward and back, and then they have this like little knee, which is kind of cool. But if you bend the knee like this, it just makes it look like he has a really short leg, which is kind of strange. So the knee only works when it's like halfway. So yeah, you can't really get him in any cool poses, but I think that's fine for what he is. He's really simple and just pretty cool in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for this, and as a bonus, since this is so small, I'm gonna do instructions in this video. So let's get to the instructions. Here are all the pieces you need to build Moo-Bot. Keep in mind that this piece right here is not the normal slope, it's actually the newer inverted one with the studs on the bottom. And that's pretty important for the design. And also, you know, type in the comments if you have any questions about any of these pieces. I tried my best to make all of them visible. So let's get to the instructions. For size comparisons, here's Moo-Bot next to a minifigure. They're roughly in scale. Moo-Bot should probably be a little bit taller, but it's fine because he's kind of like cartoony. He's not really that realistic. So that's pretty much it for Moo-Bot. But before I end the video, I'd like to show you that since now I've given you instructions for this guy, you can actually make him in, you know, whatever color you want. So for example, my brother actually made this in kind of a brown, black, and gray color scheme, and that looks pretty cool. And he also made a retool of it to look like a dog, and so he just added like a stud here and used a headlight brick instead of a clip piece to attach these teeth pieces for ears, and he made it in light gray. So yeah, feel free to make this design if you want, and give me credit, of course. And this is what they look like in robot mode. Notice that my brother actually transforms the arms a little bit differently, having these sections face down. This actually gives them a little bit more articulation as they can go out and kind of go forward and back without looking as awkward as they did with the transformation that I use. And also, he didn't have the inverted slope piece, so he actually just used this 1x2 tile instead, and actually slimmed up the robot mode a little bit, although it does show some anti-studs. So if you prefer these design choices, then go ahead and build this design with those. And for size comparisons, here's my sig fig next to all of them, so you can see they're roughly minifig scale, probably a little short in cow mode, but they look pretty cool in robot mode next to minifigures. So yeah, that's about it for LEGO Transformers Moo-Bot and his partners, and I'll see you guys next time with my next LEGO Transformer.